Welcome back, and we've just arrived at the start of the circular hike described in my introduction. Just behind me here you can see obviously is the car park. If you're planning any sort of walk around Cod Beck or Cod Beck Reservoir or Sheepwash, I strongly recommend that you use the second car park. As you leave Osmotherley, you'll come to the first car park. It's a tiny little car park. There's only about half a dozen parking spaces. Keep going until you reach the second car park. The one behind me here. It's about parking spaces for about 50 cars, so you'll get parked even on a busy day. So just behind me, the stream you can see is Cod Beck. The source of the beck is up on the moors, and it trickles and meanders down through Sheepwash in that direction and joins Cod Beck Reservoir. So that's where I'm heading now. I'm going to take the path along the side of the stream. It's a little bit bumpy, so I apologise for the up and down, but it's beautiful up here today. Again, as explained in my introduction, it's going to be about an hour and a half. We're going to take in some stunning scenery. It's going to be heavy going. It's soft underfoot today. It's mid-December. It's to be expected. So it's going to be quite slippery. It'll be muddy in places, but it's beautiful. Have a little look. What do you think of that, my friends? What do you think of that? Isn't that lovely? What a way to spend an afternoon. What a way to spend an afternoon. So we're going to carry on down here, and in a short while I'll treat you to a little bit of my journey. So we'll cut the video off in about a minute or so, and then we'll start again with the camera facing forward, eyes to the front and all that, and you can join me on my first section as we leave the car park at Sheepwash and head on down to Cod Beck Reservoir. There's a lot of people out today. How are we doing? In fact, there's a lot of people out today. I'm quite surprised, to be honest. It's very, very slippery along the riverbank though. Hopefully I'm not going to fall over. So there we go, we've made it. So, just treat you to one more little vista. How about that? Isn't that just beautiful? Let's just climb up here. Look at that. How'd you like those apples? So, along the route, I'll stop and record some footage, and I'll point out the key waymarks along the way. There's loads of different routes around Cod Beck, Osmotherley, Swainby, Sheepwash, loads of routes, or you can just make one up and ramble. The beauty of hiking around Cod Beck, it's very easy to take a bearing. You don't need a map, you don't need a compass. Very easy to take a bearing from the reservoir, and you can do a 5 or 6 mile route around here without ever being more than about half a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile away from the reservoir itself. So there we go. So we're going to head on down to the crossing now, which crosses Cod Beck. I'm on the east side of the beck with the reservoir right in front of me, and you've got two ways of crossing the beck as you leave the car park and head south towards the reservoir. There's a new bridge that was built about 1.5 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. Prior to that was a stone crossing of stepping stones, which usually ended in wet feet. So we're going to head on down there. I'm going to end this little video footage, and when I get down to the crossing, we'll swing the camera around and you can join me as I make the river crossing down towards the reservoir, through the woods, and then down towards the reservoir. So come on, let's go.